All right, gang. Excuse me. Good day. Welcome back to the Tier 1 Trading Live Trading Room. How's everyone doing today? Let me know if you can hear the screen. Let me know if you can see the voice. Is everything good? Perfect. We got a little bit of a dull Wednesday setting up today. I don't know if you guys looked at the economic calendar. We do have some FOMC minutes being released a little bit later today. So typically when we see any type of FOMC statement, press conference, those are going to be the bigger ones, but even a minutes release, which aren't as big, we see a little bit of a slowdown in the market. No one really wants to do anything drastic until the information is out. And looking across the board this morning, there's not a lot on the radar. So what we'll do here is we'll do kind of a request for our trade of the day. So for you guys watching on TradingView, for you guys watching on YouTube, if you have a instrument pair you want to take a look at that you are dying to have analyzed, or maybe share an idea that you have, you can shoot it in. Live rumors, we'll probably just go through the list, and perhaps we'll find something on the lower time frames. Again, there's not going to be too much that's different on the higher time frames. What's on our radar is still on our radar. Nothing has changed there. Again, these things take time, but maybe we can find some day trading opportunities, or at least some education opportunities. All right. Kimani says euro dollar. So we'll start there. Anything in particular on the euro dollar that you wanted to take a look at, or that you wanted to have me address, just so I know? Type it in. I got to close the door before the kid breaks in. Give me a second. There we go. We got a coffee break with Jason Greystone scheduled for later as well. I believe we're going to talk about continued motivation, meaning not just what motivates you in the beginning of trading, which I think we all know, but how do you stay motivated? All right. So yeah, if you have some specific, Kamani, type it in. If not, we'll just do some analysis. Not too much here on the euro. If you guys remember the euro from this weekend's video, here's what we were looking at. We were looking at a violation of this level, right? We came into a previous level of structure down here. We're not on Ninja charts right now, but if we were on Ninja Trader, imagine the big green VS1 level, right? So we had a bearish trend. The bearish trend slowed in momentum. You can see the short extension here. And we came back up to test the previous outside return. And what we were looking for here, again, over the weekend, was a break of this level, or violation of this level, and a move to our next level higher, which starts about right here. So we did expect a continuation to the upside, more of a day trading opportunity. However, we've already moved to that side. Now, we could go higher, right? This will really depend on what level of structure is important to you. Is it the lower levels of structure, or is it more of the higher levels? Because there is still a move or a potential that we can move up to, say, 108. So we'll talk about that today if you are someone that's kind of shooting for the higher level of this structure zone and not the smaller level. But real quick, says, yeah, looking for long at previous structure support, looking left. Want to know what you think about the structure in the 4 hour. Yeah, so for me, we've already come up to our next level of structure. So I'm not personally looking for longs here because we came to the ceiling. We've hit the level that I thought would be hit, and now we're bouncing down. So I would expect some consolidation. But again, this will depend on how you view the market. There still is room to the upside. I think we can potentially go up to, again, 108s, 108.50. So if you view structure that way, this could be another pullback trading opportunity for you, where price action gives us a little bit of relief. We come back down to previous structure resistance, which should now act as support, or which would anticipate acting as support. And then you can look for the next move higher. So let's jump down to a 4 hour time frame. Right, it'll give you a clearer view. Again, here's that consolidation that was broken. Here's the lower level of structure over here that was hit. I don't think we have a cipher. We had pound yen. had one. This is going to be a little bit short, I believe, but let me double check it just in case. Yep, short, so no cipher pattern there. So now the question that you want to ask yourself is, if you're looking for a pullback trade and a continuation to the upside, hey, Hurt, where are you looking for that pullback to come to, right? You're going to have your first level of structure right here. This is technically your most recent outside return, so you can look for a hold at this level. If you're looking for a deeper retracement, this is going to be your zone right here. Now, the issue with this deeper retracement is that we would violate this outside return. So depending on, again, your rules for reading a price chart, that may invalidate the opportunity, or it just, this level may not be anything for you. But this would be the first zone right here where you would be looking for your long opportunities. I would say your second zone would be down in here. So the next part of the equation would be, okay, well, now that you have major prediction on what direction, now that you have major prediction on where you think it's likely to go to, now you have major decision as far as like what type of trade you're looking for, a pullback trade. The last part of the question is, what do you use for entry? And this should be, right? It's funny. This is probably the most popular question you get in trading is, how do I enter? How do I enter? How do I enter? But once you have a trading plan, right, it becomes the easiest question to answer, right? Because there's no thinking about it. There should be no thinking about how do I enter. It's, what does my trading plan say? What is my entry technique or my entry techniques if you have multiple ones? So that would be the next thing to watch for. Just wait for your reason for entry. See if you get a hold of this level specifically. I don't know if you're allowed to go down to an hourly, but if you go down to an hourly, you can get a slightly different view here. You can see price is battling this zone. And once you get your reason for entry, obviously measure out the risk reward. You're going to know where your stops are at. You're going to know where your targets are at. If the risk reward makes sense, then you take the trade. If any of those boxes can't be ticked, then it is an invalid trade. So that's my view on it. Euro dollar is room. There is room to continue higher depending, this is a big depending, on what part of structure you value. Now, I'll kick it over to the live room real quick. Just curious with this trade, guys. And there's no wrong answer. Are you interested in longs, or has the move already been made for you guys? Where do you guys lie on that? While you guys are typing in, got another question. Said, curious, Akil, about your thought process. Would that be a double bottom for you on the euro dollar 15? Let's go down to a 15-minute chart. Double bottom where? Currently here? This or like or a previous double bottom? So the circle on your left or this over here? Let me know. Live rumor says, Bobby says, move has already been made for me. Hey, Vincent. Orsi says, move has been made. Evan says, still looking longs. I know how Evans thinks as far as what part of structure he values. George says, move has already been made. Amari, move has already been made. Ali, move has already been made. Quentin, move has already been made. All right, so we're waiting on one last question. I know there's a delay on YouTube about the double bottom. Just want to make sure I'm looking at the right. Bobby says conservative bunch here. We've got one aggressive trader here. Cody would probably be in the same situation as Evans. Cody's a little bit more aggressive. The one that just formed on the right. So no, this circle. This is not a double bottom. Yeah. Right here would have been your if I can zoom in some. Right here you would have had your possible one, but you can see that we break and close below. So remember our rules for a double bottom. We can't break and close. We cannot close below the lows of our initial bottom. So I'm not sure if this is what you're looking at, but this would be an invalid one right there. invalid. Yeah. And then we just kind of trickle down. Bobby says, I see it more of as a falling channel. Yeah. And that's what, I don't know if you guys remember the conversation we had on morphing patterns. A lot of these patterns, whether it's high and tight flags, whether it's rising and falling channels, whether it's ascending and descending triangles, a lot of them will start off as double tops or double bottoms or failed double tops and double bottoms that end up morphing into something else. So you look at it one day, you're like double top, and you're like, oh no, ascending triangle, that's the opposite of what I wanted. Then you're forced with a decision. Do you stick with your original idea? Do you adjust based on the new information you have? That's always a difficult one for traders as well. But yeah, falling channel now. Real quick, YouTube says, have a look at the higher time frame structure on euro dollar, particularly the daily and the weekly, as it reveals the 1 hour uptrend structure to be a higher time frame counter trend. Yeah, I don't know if you just popped in, but yeah, I'm not bullish this at all. So what we've seen here in the higher time frame, just to kind of go back, is we've seen a move back down in the previous structure, right? If we zoom out, look left, structure leaves clues. I'll make it easy. We'll just draw this line over here. We've come into a previous structure low level of support. We have not violated that level of support, so we've held. What we've done is we also have signs of a declining trend by the length of the extension, all that fun stuff. What we've done here is now we've come back up. We've violated our previous outside return, but violating our previous outside return doesn't put us in a bullish trend, right? What is this called, guys, when we violate a previous outside return? One, it tells us the bearish trend is over until we get new information. But does it put us in a bullish trend? No. So it puts us in a rotation, a bull rotation. And a bull rotation is like a holding period where it's like, okay, one trend may be over, but it doesn't necessarily mean we're in the other trend. Now we're waiting for the market to make up its mind. And typically what that ends up being is it ends up being consolidation. It's like your whole accumulation, markup, distribution, markdown, where the market goes from consolidation, directional move, consolidation, directional move. So yeah, I agree. We're not in a bullish trend at all. And Kamani wasn't saying that. He wasn't saying that we were in a bullish trend overall. He was just seeing if there was a potential bullish move. And remember, we don't have to be in a bullish trend to look for a bullish move. We don't have to be in a bearish trend to look for a bearish move. But I know you came in a little bit late, so just kind of recap the stuff we looked at earlier. So, but yeah, good comment. Definitely right. That's why we always do top-down analysis. Gain perspective. Look at the lay of the land. Get your mind right. Then dig in once you have a directional bias. IPDE, identify, predict, decide, execute. The 4 letters that, for you guys that are frequent viewers of this channel, get sick of because we say it every single day. But hopefully it's ingrained in your head, like look left, structure leaves clues. But you go through the process, you follow the process, and that's what keeps you consistent in the market. So thank you for the idea, Kamani. Again, it's a dull day, so I don't really have too much else that was interesting. But if you guys have any more questions, YouTube and TradingView, before I boot you out for the day, let me know. If you guys are new to the live stream, we do this every day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If you're watching on YouTube or TradingView, I share with you one trading idea of the day, then I dismiss you. Of course, if you want the full shebang, come over to the live trading room and hop into this thing for a few hours where we look at a lot more, have a lot more discussion and do all that fun stuff. But I'll give you a few seconds because I know there's a delay to get any questions in. Then we'll head over live rumors. Any place you guys want to head to next? I mentioned earlier, again, not too much out there. So we'll probably just do kind of a run through and focus more on lower time frames today instead of higher time frames. Again, nothing has changed from what's already on our radar on the higher time frame. So we'll see if there's anything different on the lower time frames. Thank you. Awesome. Do me a favor, hit that like button on your way out. That's the best way you can support. And if you do have any comments or questions, I know some of you guys watch this late, type them in below. I go through and read each and every